Switch a little bit.
Tom, obviously this game, does it feel a little bit like survive in advance? I mean, this is March.
Feels a lot like survive in advance. You know, I thought we did an average job the first half. I thought they played awfully well. You know, we got in some foul trouble. We had some lineups in there that, you know, weren't normal, and we had a couple guys that didn't play real well, but they played well. But then when we got that lead to 7 the second half, and Henry blocks that shot, gets the rebound, falls out of bounds, throws it to them. They hit a 3. Cash turns it over. You know, we had about a 2-minute stretch there where it went from 7 up and a block shot, or 8 up, and we're gonna maybe start pulling away to they went up 1. And give them a lot of credit. I mean, they did a good job. They played hard. We had some guys that really struggled. Kenny really struggled, and he's been playing so good. You know, I think it was those 40-minute games, and I just got to live with it right now. You know, and but I was disappointed in a few guys because there were things we really went over in the report. So maybe mentally we showed a little crack for the first time in a while. We just weren't quite on top of scouting reports. Who goes right? What happens? Maybe it was the short turnaround time. Maybe it was poor coaching. But we all got to do a better job, and that's what I'm going to vow to do.
How much did they take you out of your comfort zone today?
They did. You know, we didn't run, and but we didn't run. We ran early. Then we had Connor, Gabe in there. It was just different. We didn't run real well, and then Cash, you know, then got a little frustrated because he had to handle the ball a little bit more. We just didn't do a very good job, and we as coaches didn't think I didn't do a very good job first half. Second half, we started opening the court up a little bit more, running some more things. We started defending. We started rebounding, which, you know, I think we're a plus 15 or something second half. But you know, they sagged off some guys. They did some things, especially when I put some of the more subs in there. And then, you know, Nick actually played pretty well, but then defensively, you know, they're just so small with a shooting center, 13, and that hurt us a little bit. We couldn't get him back in, but, you know, he made 6 free throws, got 5 rebounds. And I think that's over now because now the teams we play are huge, and that'll change us a little bit too because Kenny can't play the number of minutes he's playing, and I think he didn't play well, but I don't blame him for it. The poor substitution pattern over the Chicago weekend and this, I think it hurt him.
Your guys talk about just the level of relief a little bit right now, and there's a different sort of pressure in this maybe than there is because it's one and done sort of. Do you feel them playing with any sense of pressure?
No, in fact, I didn't think so at all. I mean, if you're feeling the pressure and you jog back on defense like we did, that's weird pressure. You know, no, I don't think so at all. We have enough guys that have been around. Now, when we put Gabe and I mean, we had some lineups in there that were a little different, you know, that haven't played in these kind of games. But, you know, Aaron Henry's got to learn. He's got to grow up a little bit and learn that the my bad days, you know, when you're a freshman that started a lot, they can happen, but you're not usually advancing. And so he grew up a little bit tonight. And the cool thing is we went back to him, and he responded, you know, and that's, again, the resiliency, the way these teams respond, the challenges, you know, halftime rebounding was a big deal, defense. But, you know, I'll look at it later and say it was a hell of an effort by a team that really had zero rest because of that turnaround. And if someone doesn't like that as an excuse, too bad.
I was going to really say how much of a learning experience was this for Aaron today?
Oh, I'm sure it was major. You should ask him. You know, he's got to, but you can't be a freshman at this time of year. You got to become a sophomore. And the only thing that bothers me is when guys make mistakes. That's fine. If they're effort-related mistakes, they're going to be held accountable. And that was all.
How concerned are you, Tom, about the slow starts? And really, other than talking about it, there's nothing this late in the season you can do.
Yeah, you say that, Hondo. We started out pretty good against Michigan. First 8 minutes, we played damn good. You know, we can find a lot of things, but if we can keep starting slow and finishing strong, fast, I'll take that every day of the week compared to starting fast and finishing slow. But, you know, we're trying to work Nick back in. We've got some some guys now that we have to play. I mean, I'm sure the average Joe out on the street thought, well, Kyle Ahrens, he scores 4 or 5 points a game, and he's not that valuable, and it's okay. You can do without him. People are just insane.
Hey Tom, you probably had to win this game with effort-related things like you talk about. How hard was it to challenge them to get effort-related things when you knew that their gas tank was kind of flickering a little bit and you only had 5 or 6 guys to play in the second half? You know what I'm talking about? You had to go effort-related.
Yeah, we did. I mean, you got to rebound better. You got to defend a little better. Defend the 3. They shot 66 the first half, 20-something the second. But
you had to go to effort-related stuff. Yeah.
it was effort-related. And like I tell them all the time, you pass out before you die, so don't worry about it. Give me everything you got. Some guys struggle to do that, and some guys, like Kenny, for example, he knows he's got to do more of that, but you can't play the number of minutes he played in the 3 games in a row and then do what we did. So I am proud of my team coming off what we did emotionally and physically, bouncing back like we did, getting challenged like we did, and answering the bell at the end. There's a lot of positives to that. Might find them when I watch the film, but I didn't find them looking at the game.
Cassius checked out.
Calm, cool Cassius said when you and Henry were going at it, he sort of stepped up and said, "I got this." And let me.
Guys.
He sort of.
Guys. I got to tell you something. I'm going to start lying to you all. What is wrong with challenging a kid that made some mistakes? I mean, no, you are saying that. And you know what? If you'd be the same people. And Bob, I love you, but you're the same people that if you didn't hold kids accountable, they'd be the inmates that are running the asylum. So Aaron Henry, trust me, did some things that you can't do as a starter on a top 5 team at the end of your freshman year, and they were effort related. And so he's gonna get challenged. And Cassius was great. Now I challenged Cassius in a 2-minute stretch too, because he reached behind a guy, he gave up a 3, he casually went with the ball. I mean, that is my job. So I don't know why everybody gets all burnt out of shape about it.
I was talking about Cassius showing
Yeah, it was great.
leadership.
He did great. Cassius is my man. He did great.
And what did you say to him as he came off? You shook his hand as he was coming up. I'm just wondering what that conversation and exchange.
I said, you can't have those 1 or 2 minute. I said, I know I've ridden you like Seattle Slew, but I'm gonna ride you some more because you were good enough to get that done. And but I thought Cassius Winston, and so to not be upset, I got asked the same crap in there. Okay, so this is just an ongoing thing that you guys like to have fun with me on, but. I thought Cassius Winston did the best job of leading from when we walked in this building that he's done in his career. And you know why that happens?
Because you've gotten on him in the past?
Because you stay on the task day after day after day after day. And you know what? I'm so damn proud of that kid because he did say stuff in the huddle. He did say stuff in the court when he didn't do his job those 2 minutes. I mean, I'm picking on him for 2 minutes. But you know what? The lead went from 8 to -1, or 7 to -1. And that frustrates me because I could do it like everybody else. I could close my little huddle, close my praxis, and then say what I want to say. That's not who I am. And my players know that. Cassius knows that. He don't have a problem with it. It's and I don't mean to jump on you like that, but man, I tell you what, I just like to know how you treat your kids if they didn't do what they're supposed to do. Oh, Johnny, that's okay, Johnny. Go rob that bank, huh, Johnny?
Well, that reality, though, is that Aaron, you need more out of Aaron right now with Kyle out. I mean, you have to ride him, right? Maybe not ride, but let him know.
If it's effort-related things. Now, the other side of that coin, there must be a lot of talks between the head coach and the player over a lot of time. Because we turned right around and went to him in the post, and he responded. So maybe you should look a little deeper into what does it take, And I'm jumping on you guys because I'm not real happy that we were put in a tough situation, and we've answered the bell so far. We got to get by Saturday. If we get by Saturday, then it gets normal again.
That tough situation, where did it show itself the most today? Is it the shoot? Some guys not shooting as well as they normally would. In what ways did
Poor
it show
Kenny
itself?
played. I think he averaged 38 minutes a game in 3 games in a row over there. That was one. Cassius, and McQuaid. But Cassius and McQuaid were my horses today. X came back and did some things, but Cassius and McQuaid, locker room, walk-through rooms, huddles. Those 2 guys were champions.
Was today the first time Kenny maybe looked a couple times a little unsure of himself? A couple of those shots. Haven't seen that much from him this year.
Are you being critical? I just want to know if I should.
Kenny?
No, Kenny was awesome. Shame on you, man. I'm being a jerk. I know. But you got it. So if you could see it from your side, I probably could see it from my side.
Yeah, but people don't care what I say. They want to hear what you say.
No, but they care what I say as long as it's negative.
Matt McQuaid hit that 3, it was a really big 3, about 2 minutes to go, and obviously
Yeah, that was Fife. Fife had a great call on that. They were sagging so far off Henry. We used him as a screener, and we told Matt, you catch it, shoot it. And then that's why the next time we knew they would switch out, and that's when we posted him. So, we ham and egged it, got a few good plays in there. Matt made a few, but they did a good job. We couldn't get it inside. They were sagging off. They were sagging off some guys, and when Gabe went in there, when Connor went in there, those guys haven't played a lot of minutes in the last 2 months. And so I'm proud of what we did. I'm just disappointed that I thought we gave up some things that we shouldn't have given up.
So who was the next guy after Connor?
Who's the next guy after Connor?
Since all those guys had 2 fouls and 2 guys weren't walking, who was next?
Let me think here.
Is it Matt?
It was going to be, it's either going to be Jack or, it was going to be Jack, I guess. But it was, guys, it is funny, but it is sad. And it's, I look at I said to somebody this morning when I was looking over our stats, I said, between Josh and Arnie, that's 50 minutes out of the wing positions, 50 minutes, 18, 8, and 30, and that's not easy, but if I give in to them, it's not going to work. So my job is to grind it, and I'm going to keep grinding it, but we're going to get some things straightened out on scouting report things. Number 23 goes right every time. And, sometimes maybe that was the mental fatigue. In fairness, it might have been the mental fatigue, but...
So does that help to have a team like Minnesota that you've already played next?
Well, they're a completely different team than the one we played. I mean, McBriar and Coffey are like 10 times different players, but they are real big, and they're more of a traditional team. Is that going to help us? I don't know. I got to get Nick back. I got to get him in there more, and yet I think the coverages will be a little easier. So I think we can. That'll be a big thing for us, maybe, because I'm playing Kenny too many minutes too. So we'll try to do that. But go ahead. I got time for a couple more to take.
How concerned?
I can give it, so I can take it, guys.
How concerned were you entering the day with this team carrying a burden of the last 3 years, feeling like responsible for changing that script and things like that?
I thought about that, but as I said, I listen to people on the TV talk about the 3 outs, and I listen to them say, how poorly we played against Middle Tennessee. That means it was some idiot looking at I don't know what he was looking at, but we played damn good. I mean, we shot damn good. He said we didn't shoot the ball well. And the next year, guys, we were lucky to be in it. I mean, we had all those injuries and Miles and them. I thought we did a hell of a job to get in it. And then last year, I'm not even going to talk about it. So, you know what? The one thing I've learned in the last couple of years, comfortable in my own skin. I'm peaceful with what we're doing. I love this team. This team has given our 560,000 alums I hear we have now, everything they got, man. I'm proud of them. I'm going to give them the same.
I just meant more like of the sense that, you're already going to be tight as it is because it's the NCAA tournament,
Yeah,
but then like those bad thoughts creep into your mind.
I didn't
things
think
like
they
that.
were tight. They might have been. Even some of my assistants said, we felt good this morning, the walkthrough. We really felt good. Cassius, nothing bothers Cassius. He ain't feeling. anyway, you know. And McQuaid, you know, maybe Kenny did. Maybe Kenny did because he was part of the last Final Four. I don't know. You don't have to ask him that. But I thought in general, we weren't nervous. I do think we were fatigued, okay? I really do. And I apologize for saying that, but I think it was a problem. And now we get our feet under us. You know, we had one practice. We practiced Sunday, you know. Not Tuesday. We didn't do much. We did nothing Monday and not much on Wednesday. I mean, it was just survival. And they played good. I mean, they played good. They made shots the first half.
Tom, how do you decide what tone to take at halftime, whether it's to calm them down and sort of refocus, or is it to light into them? How do you sort of decide which way you want to go with that at halftime, the way things were?
You know what? Like the huddles and all that, there was not a lot of lighting into other than Aaron's time, but halftime it wasn't that way either, you know. You'll be surprised how many times we just hug and kiss our guys and hope for the best, you know. It's a real interesting. But you got to have a feel for your team. And the only way you have a feel for your team is if you spend time with them. And nobody spends more time than I do. Nobody.
Where's this group rank with teams that accept that kind of coaching? But it seems like they do a good job of
I just think you guys think it's a lot worse than it is.
Maybe.
You should ask them. Go ask them. Hey, how can I have more open policy than go ask them? You know.
So they said they're fine with it.
Yeah, because it's not. You see one little part of something. I don't have time to negotiate in a 40-minute game in a 30-second timeout. There's not a lot of negotiating there, you know, and that's all.
You've talked all year how they've responded. I think that
they have responded to challenges.
Yeah,
and they've responded great to challenges, and they did it again today. And I think Cassius and Matt have a lot to do with that. They were like, Matt is on a mission and he doesn't want to lose. You know, a couple other guys got to get on the same mission, you know, but he's at that sense of urgency where he's not nervous about it. He just doesn't want to quit playing. That's a cool thing for a senior.
Tom, you mentioned the fatigue and all of that. How impressive is it for your team to shoot, whatever it was, 25 to 26 from the line?
There we go.
Yeah.
You know what? Before we took the court today, I threatened them, if anybody misses a free throw, you're dead. You know, so once again, maybe. You want the truth. No, that was really impressive. You know, we made a lot of free throws, and we made one after another, and for Cash to do it, but X to do it. Nick did a hell of a job at the free throw line, you know, and I was proud of him for that. So, you know, we're shooting almost 80-some%, and that's won us some games, and that's what you got to do. All right, guys. Thanks, guys.
See you. Good luck tomorrow. Well, good luck Thursday, Sunday, whatever.
Saturday.